Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I want to talk about how I personally believe the San Antonio Spurs are going to be electric next year. Okay, they could arguably be, next year's. I'm trying to think, maybe the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, a team that was put together. Some people might be slow, but I think Keldon Johnson, Dejounte Murray. Keldon Johnson's been a 17-point scorer since the All-Star break. Dejounte Murray's been basically a 20-point scorer and almost for the season averaging almost triple-double at times. And it's been phenomenal. Devin Vassell's been looking like a 15 points per game scorer at the very minimum. 3-and-D guy. So we basically have three pieces right there. And Jokic Pertl is awesome. Even though there's been trade rumblings, I do not believe Jokic Pertl is going anywhere unless the Spurs get a player that is better. That's the only way the Spurs are getting rid of him. And so I'm going to talk about this with Jokic Pertl in the future. So let's get right into it. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you guys agree with me that the San Antonio Spurs are going to be really good next year? So let's talk about this. This is a team that right now, when we think about it, Keldon Johnson at the 4, Devin Vassell, arguably, you want to put him at the 3, and then you put Dejounte Murray at the point guard spot. At this point, it looks like Joshua Primo will be maybe the shooting guard next year. So we got our starting 5 right here. Jokic Pertl at center with Keldon Johnson at the 4. Devin Vassell and Primo as the wings, and then Murray as the point guard. Lonnie Walker will be a free agent, but he will have a restricted free agency, like qualifying tender that they could extend to him if they'd like. So expect him to come back. He's the 6th man. They got a backup center in Zach Collins who can stretch the floor and do a great job backing up. So you got 2 guys right there. Then you got Trey Jones as the backup point guard. 3 guys right there. Josh Richardson the backup. Basically Vassell, Primo, and Johnson, if you want to argue, right there. So you got Collins, Jones, and Richardson right there. 3 guys. It's an 8-man rotation. Okay. So the thing is, and this is a team that has a draft pick, so they can go out there and maybe get a guy like Keegan Murray. Okay. Keegan Murray would help this team tremendously, in my opinion. And I think that's one of the things people don't realize. And there's also Romeo Langford and Doug McDermott. So right there, you add in, 2 more guys, and they have 10 guys that you could argue could be on this roster. And this is a good team. Okay. And I think really they're one move away or a player away from being serious threats that I don't think a lot of people would expect. So what do you guys think? So I think really a guy like Keegan Murray or Jalen Duren would be great, or if they could utilize those assets to trade for a guy. So if you could maybe package Doug McDermott's contract for... And the thing is if you do move Jokic Pertl, it's because you're drafting like a Jalen Duren, okay, or Walker Kessler, or a center who can start day 1 for you in the draft. That's the only way I see him. And you're trading for a guy that who is going to be on the move. It's interesting, okay. I mean, Kyle Kuzma looks like it would be a great fit for them, but I doubt he's getting moved from Washington. Then you look at, will somebody from the Hornets, would a Gordon Hayward be on the move? Would you trade for a Gordon Hayward? I think Gordon Hayward would be a nice fit for this team to help have a veteran to push this team to a playoff. And I think that's something that they're looking for. They want that Minnesota Timberwolves Pat Beverly effect. And so that's where you think about older guys who could be on the move that, looking for the next team who could help set in that tone, okay? And you got to scour the market. Are there guys available? Yes, on, every team has a guy that you could think of. Danilo Gallinari would be a nice guy for this team. I know it's offensive. That's why you probably would want to move Doug McDermott for Danilo Gallinari, which is a deal that the Hawks would probably do, and you probably could do McDermott for Gallinari straight up. And I think both sides, no picks, nothing, that'd be straight up because you'd be cutting them a break with the salary cap. Danilo Gallinari is only on the hook for $5 million next year. I know it's 20-something, but guaranteed. So if he does suck, you can cut him. And you can probably check that out, or you can restructure it. But there's a lot of options right there. I think them finding a guy to help them go into, championship play would be very helpful. And I think they will scour the market for somebody of that line. And, Kevin Love, I know that's a buyout, but I doubt, there's options out there. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. If you guys are a Spurs fan, what would you guys do? And what do you think would be, the best fit? I think it's definitely interesting when you think about it, because, this is a team that we know is good and they have, talent. So what do they need to do to take it to the next level is, I think, the right way to say it. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? And is this just me, or are you guys on the same page with me on this? And who would you want to be the big fish that you guys go after? I do want to know. So peace out.